Hey, what's going on YouTube? Here I am just filming a different type of video. This one's going to be kind of a long adventure. It's like an 8-hour road trip to our camp spot. I live in Prescott, Arizona, and we're going to the Arizona Strip, and it's some of the best mule deer in the world. We're not hunting, we're just scouting for a family friend of ours. But this video is going to be interesting. I have no idea how it's going to turn out or what it's going to be like. So stay tuned, just in the garage making sure I have everything. All right, we got everything packed, currently in traffic for some reason. But anyway, we're on our way to the Arizona Strip. So the Arizona Strip is actually kind of weird to get to. So I actually live in northern Arizona, but not like super north like Flag, just a little below Flag. And in order to get to the Arizona Strip from Arizona, you have to drive to Las Vegas, literally right next to the Strip, drive back into Arizona, then drive into Utah, and then drive back into Arizona. So it's kind of a weird trip there, but it's a little pocket of land above the Grand Canyon and just has the best mule deer in the world, in my opinion. If you know deer, if you see a 190-inch deer, that's a small deer there. So it's very interesting to get there. It's about 8 hours to camp, wherever we camp. Obviously, we'll stop, get gas, and eat on the way, but that is the adventure for today. All right, we've officially made it to Vegas. We're gonna stop for lunch, and then we'll head out. It's kind of crazy. I believe you have to drive like pretty close to the Strip to go where we're going, so we'll see. Just got to lunch. You know the move. Outback is awesome. All right, we just got done with lunch at Outback. Of course, it was amazing. And we were on our way. No more stops really until St. George, so we'll see you then. All right, so we're about 50 miles from St. George, just fueling up, and then we're like an hour and a half when we get to St. George, 2 hours away from where we're gonna camp and look for some deer, so we're getting close. All right, we made it to Utah, and we're gonna go run into the grocery store and get some groceries. All right, we officially made it to the dirt trail. Just a lot of desert, and then we have to climb those mountains over there. I'm gonna get the truck aired down and get on the trail. Now, if you're not a hunter or something like that, since we are coming out here, is still really, really fun. Just to overland and camp, you could spend weeks out here and only explore 10% of this area. So if you're looking for a trip and you're near St. George, Utah, coming out here is definitely a fun time. All right, we made it up the trail. There's not really campsites up here, but this is camp, I guess. And this is Poverty Mountain. Just right over there is where we're gonna go scouting. Get all packed, Wade. Hell yeah. Well, let's hope we don't get skunked on our first scouting outage of the trip. You click record and watch you guys get mauled by the bear? Something eats you. Yeah, I'll video it. Sorry for the wind noise. It is a blizzard up here, but we got the Swarovski slowly turning. I like it a little loose. I use my chin right here to look around. This is where we're looking. My dad's sitting up there. Wade and him are right now just looking over there. I'll let you know if you see anything cool. Yeah.
Then there's another strip of open all the way to this end of the open strip.
So far, okay.
See what I mean?
Look how good, like, look at that. That's pretty. There we go. Well, at least we didn't get skunked. You saw a deer. Maybe you'll be able to see it in that video. I have no idea, but we'll see. The wind's died down. Looking at a pretty cool view. St. George is like a mile or an hour and a half that way. There's no one out here. We haven't seen anyone. All right, got a little too dark to keep seeing anything, so we're gonna hike on back to camp. Like a 2-second hike, so you know we're really out here burning the calories. All right, we're back at camp. I'm gonna get the iKamper set up. I might have to like pull forward a little bit. I'm in a little bit in the bush, but we'll see. All right, I got camp all set up. Or I guess my bed. Got the Nemo mattress, EcoFlow, some mics, iKamper double, some nice pillows and stuff. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be about 40 degrees. Good morning, YouTube. We woke up at 6 a.m. to go hike out there and see if we can find some more deer. Slept like a baby, but it was a little cold last night. I wasn't cold, but it's cold this morning, so I had a feeling it was cold last night. Go brush our teeth, get our packs ready, and then start the hike. Alright, got to the glassing spot, got all set up. Let's find some good deer. Well, we are getting pretty screwed. Haven't seen squat except a truck. So he's breaking out the big eyes. Hell yeah. So these are 15s. And these are the big eyes. What do those zoom up to? The deer's balls with these.
25 to 50 power.
Nice.
Kind of really wide eyes. Kind of alien-like in order to see out.
Dude, it looks ridiculous on camera. And then we got our little binoculars. Well, he's had the big eyes on for 30 seconds, and he already got 2 deer way over there. He's put his phone on there to see if we can get some video for you guys. We don't think they're bucks, but I guess we didn't get skunked again. Well, we saw a couple does, and we're out of here. And then we're gonna run into town, do some grocery shopping again, because during the day, deer aren't moving around here. So let's get back to the truck. All right, we got camp all packed up. Now we're headed back to town on this rocky bastard of a road. Well, we're on our way back to town. My dad saw like 5 does, no bucks. It was a really big look. We kind of just got skunked. It's kind of how the Arizona Strip is there's not that many deer up here, and it's so secluded because on 4 of the corners of this place is the Grand Canyon, so animals can't leave or go. And then one corner it drops off elevation to a desert where there's nothing, like no food. So all the animals up here, they're just kind of like stuck here. So only the best kind of survive. That's why it's like the best mule deer in the world. And also the state of Arizona only wants the mule deer here, so they kind of get rid of the other animals that somehow make it this way. But, you know, we saw 5 does, so that's better than nothing, not getting skunked. No bucks, they're very far and few between, but when you see them, they're big. Like, it's 200 plus inch deer up here, and that's, if you know anything about deer, that's insane, especially for mule deer. But if you're not a hunter, even coming out here, I wouldn't recommend coming out here during hunting season because there's gonna be a lot more people, and people might get upset if you're driving around and, you know, they're trying to hunt. But if you come up here when it's not hunting season, it's fabulous. They do get some snow up here, so just plan accordingly, and it does get quite cold. And it's not really dense forest, so it can get a little windy out here. But if you get more on the, I guess, south side, like closer to the Grand Canyon compared to where we are, it is pine trees and stuff. Like, they have every biome up here. It's pretty big. I'm pretty sure this unit is bigger than Rhode Island, so that kind of gives perspective of how big this is. You can go days without seeing people, so it's a really good, you know, overland spot, honestly. So the main road's right over there, and look at this. It's like an old cowboy cabin. Still's got the roof on it and everything. It's definitely pretty old, but it's pretty sick. Like, look how big these doors are. You know, they got the random wood and stuff. This kind of goes to show that not too many people come out here. There's the beautiful truck. Not too many people come out here because there's no graffiti. This thing's not destroyed, you know. It's pretty remote out here, but walking in here, look at that. This roof is a little sketchy. It's a giant bird's nest. Oh, there is some graffiti, I guess. Looks like they just scribbled, but it's not all spray painted up. It's kind of surprising. Pretty cool. When it comes to stuff like this, I always just wonder, like, what's the story behind it? Was it an old cowboy, or what's going on? You can like see the whole wall just coming down. I was here a few years ago, and this thing looks about the same as when I saw it, so it hasn't collapsed out of all that. But look at the interior. There's some graffiti, I guess. 2012, kind of cool graffiti, I guess. It's not all spray painting. Pretty interesting. I just wonder the stories behind stuff like this. Now, there is a bunch of cattle and stuff out here, and actual cowboys that run the cattle. So this could just be like a long descendant of whatever ranch leases the land out here for their cows, because there's tanks and a whole bunch of feeding stuff for the cows. But that's pretty cool. Pretty neat, pretty neat. There is a bunch of Indian ruins out here. We might go see some. That's kind of hard to find. It's just like, you know, like they would draw on the rocks or whatever, and it's still there, baking in the sun and stuff. So if we see that, we definitely will video that. That's pretty cool too. This right here looks like it was probably their well. They filled it with trash and rocks and stuff, so nothing falls in there and dies. But definitely went pretty deep. Looks like they just put a bunch of rock and trash in there. It's right next to the house. That's pretty cool. They had the well right here. I wonder where their outhouse was, Wade. Is the outhouse gone?
The closest tree.
Yeah, pretty neat. Get in there. Look at the foundations. Oh, that's interesting. Like you can see right there, like it's just a wood beam and they just stacked it on a rock. That's crazy. Yeah, this stuff is cool. They put, I see some wood to keep this place from maybe falling over, the old Cowboys here.
I don't think that's graffiti. That's people just signing them.
Yeah, well, they're like scribbling their name and stuff. One, it says 2012, so this has been sitting here since at least then. Abandoned since then. Goes to show the craftsmanship of when they built stuff. Imagine what a house built nowadays just left for 13 years if it would even be standing. 2000? So this thing's at least 26 years old.
March 16th, 2000.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, we just went to town, ate lunch, and got more groceries. I didn't film any of it because we were going fast to get back out here, but we're just doing a quick hike to supposedly some Indian ruins, so that would be exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely right.
Pretty steep.
I remember glassing all that shit.
Camera won't do justice on how steep this is.
I know, dude.
So we're not super sure if this is Indian stuff or people did this a long time ago, but that looks pretty interesting. There's like a sun and like random scribbles. Obviously, whoever graffitied that wasn't an Indian, but there's like little markings there. See, you could tell that scratch is a lot newer because it's brighter and these look pretty freaking old. So it's very interesting. There's some over here, like this. But this is a pretty good knob on a lookout. Native Americans like this. See when enemies are coming. There's some more right there too. Trying to get my shadow out of the way, but you can kind of see some scribbles on these rocks. Pretty neat. There is Native American activity out here. So whether this is them or not is the debate. I'm not too sure. What does that mean? Who knows? It could be just some guy 30 years ago drawing all this stuff. Well, we have a sign proving that it's a site, I guess. Yeah. Some more. A lot of these rocks look like they probably been pieced up over time, but some more drawings. So I guess these probably were Native Americans since there's a archaeology sign, but water and stuff has probably moved their scrapes, but that's pretty cool. Well, I hope you guys thought the Native American Indian drawings thing was pretty cool. I guess there's a, there's a sign up there saying it's an archaeology site. That sign was probably put there 40 years ago. As you can see, some people did vandalize it, whatever, people suck. So that's cool. I guess it kind of confirms it is the Indians. We just made it back to the truck. We're gonna be driving to camp. The drone, it's a little windy for the drone, so I'm not gonna launch that right now, but hopefully I'll get some drone shots for you guys soon. But yeah, this is an interesting area. We're at. A forest fire came through here and nothing's regrown. It's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. You'll see a video of it, but I'll check back in at camp. Well, we made it to the next part. We're gonna go climb the little knob right there and just glass all around. We're kind of like in a bowl surrounded by mountains. This stuff's actually interesting here. It's really rocky where we normally are, and this stuff's like sand, as you can see. Just the biomes here change so much, it's kind of crazy. There's something pretty cool over there I'm gonna show you. So like right next to the main road, it's probably natural, but it just looks cool. It's like a rock wall that's like 8 feet high. Doesn't that look crazy? Look at that. All right, after we waited a little bit, now I gotta hike this little mound, see if we have any better luck over here for some deer. Sorry about the sun. We made it to the top. Pretty good look up here. See the trucks right there. I'm gonna stay here and glass all of this. I'm gonna go to that side to glass that like drops off and glass all in there. I got the tripod all set up. We've actually been sitting here for like 2 hours, like in the truck, and then, you know, up here on one of the main roads out here. Only probably an hour away from getting close to mainland, you know, hour and a half to St. George. Not one person's driven past. It's kind of crazy how desolate it is out here. There's so many different places to shoot off. Definitely if you come out here, have a plan and maps, or it's really, really, really easy to get lost. So keep that in mind. Well, we didn't see squat. So now we're hiking back down. Pretty cool sunset. Yeah, this is some tough deer hunting out here. Very far and few between, like I was saying. All right, we got camp set up. Got the fire going. Cool view of the stars. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Good morning, everyone. Last night we kind of just collapsed and fell asleep. And we slept through the morning. It's a beautiful campsite we're at. Look at this. We can glass from our campsite. That's why we camped here. Absolutely gorgeous. It's probably like 40 degrees, 30 degrees right now. Pretty chilly and it's windy, so you know, it doesn't make it good. I'll let you know if we find any deer. Well, we saw a buck, but he was running, so we couldn't get you video. How big do you think he was, Dad? Like 160, 150 inch buck. Pretty good, but small for this area. Too bad we couldn't get it on film. At least we didn't get skunked. All right, so we got camp all packed up and now we're headed out. We're actually, done with the trip now, so it'll be kind of just a montage. Oh my God, look at my hair. Wearing a hoodie. Anyway, it'll be kind of a montage of us getting out of here, and then catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys like these type of videos, comment down below. And if you've ever been here, comment down below. Let me know your adventure.